Stadium in Denver. We welcome those of you who have been watching the Raiders in New England. The Raiders down, rallied in the second half to beat the Patriots 35-20. Here, Denver after a fumble recovery at the Miami 25. Gene Lang scored on a 10-yard run. They lead 7-0. We're in the final minute of the first quarter. Marino, 3rd and 5. Down the middle and wide open. Matt Moore, the veteran. Dennis Smith can't get him. Moore has a touchdown. 69 yards. Matt Moore from Dan Marino, and the all-time pass receiver in Miami Dolphin history. Moore both in catches. He came into this season leading all of the Dolphins in catches, and 421, and in touchdowns, and he just adds another to both of those records.
Moore has been nursing a sore ankle. In fact, had a brace on that ankle yesterday. No sign of that as he leaves the Bronco defense behind and carries it into the end zone.
Ruiz knocks home the extra point, and this game is even at 7. 42 seconds remaining. First quarter here in Denver. We're tied at 7. Cincinnati beats Houston 5-0. The Reds' hopes are slim. The Dodgers trail 1-0 early on the West Coast. We'll check the American League in a moment. From the 15-yard line, Marino trailing 14-10. Down the middle, Nathan all alone. Can they catch him? 40. Woodard can't get in. Yes, he does. Ken Woodard, a linebacker. The ball is down at the 12-yard line. The ball is down at the 12-yard line as Nathan caught by linebacker Ken Woodard. A 75-yard play.
Two great lessons here as you watch. First, a tremendous play-action fake by Marino froze the defense and allowed Nathan to get free. But now watch Ken Woodard. He won't give up, and he keeps coming, and he just gets a handful right here of Jersey and dives down on the back of the legs. The ball bounced away after he hit the ground, so they won't call a fumble. But what a great recovery by Woodard. An error to begin with, perhaps not by Woodard, but a great recovery by Woodard to get him down.
75-yard play positions Marino and Miami a first down at the 12. The give to Ron Davenport. He fumbled earlier. He smothered after a 3- or 4-yard gain. Steve Foley, 43. First man in, Harden there. Rulon Jones. In case you joined us late, Ron Davenport fumbled at his own 25. Rulon Jones recovered, and the Broncos went in to score the first touchdown of the game on a 10-yard run by Gene Lang. Then Marino to Moore, a 69-yard touchdown pass. Made it 7-all. Ruiz a 40-yard field goal, 10-7 Miami, until Winder's 7-yard touchdown run that kept an 82-yard drive in 8 plays. And now Miami trying to strike right back with 3:43 left in the half. Nathan. Stop cold at the 6-yard line. Mike Harden and Dennis Smith. Well, we gave you the National League Baseball. Here's the American League side of the baseball story on this Sunday. Minnesota defeats Kansas City 6-3. The Royals were in a first-place tie with the Angels. Let's see how the Angels did. They won at Cleveland 9-3. So California leads by a game going to Kansas City tomorrow night, a big 4-game series. Yankees lead Baltimore. Well, they win the first game 4-0 over the Orioles. Second game, they have a 3-0 lead early. We'll check Toronto. Big play, 3rd down and 4. Marino, too low, incomplete. It was trapped by Vince Heflin, number 88. Steve Wilson on the coverage. So Fuad Ruiz, the rookie field goal kicker for Miami, will come in to try for 3. That has to be disappointing for Marino not to get more out of that drive.
Watch number 57, Dwight Stevenson on the nose, working on Townsend. One-on-one, doing a good job. Good job on the top by Cleveland Green, the tackle. Looked from that angle like he caught it, but you could see it bounce even from where we are, Dick.
Strock to hold for Ruiz, 24-yard attempt. And he's got it. Ruiz is 2 for 2. He's 9 for 10 with the Dolphins. His only miss was from 52 yards into the wind. So he's been nearly perfect.
Shula said that one was on me. I never should have called it. The wind was howling and just snapped that ball after it left his foot.
Clayton to the right. Moore to the left. Nathan in the backfield. It's Nathan for about 3. What a good all-purpose back Tony Nathan is from Alabama. Year after year, he's usually the number 2 rusher and the number 2 receiver for the Dolphins. He's always there.
He came into this game averaging 6 yards a carry. Now that's impressive.
Marino, oh, picked off by Andre Townsend, number 61, the nose tackle.
That's a lineman's dream, as Townsend had read the screen, which was going out to Nathan, drifted out in front of it. Marino putting a little zip on that ball. Watch it now. Townsend right in the middle of your screen, reads that screen, and you see him exploding to the outside. That ball right into, oh, that's Heartbreak City. He could see the goal line there.
Townsend, the second-year man from Mississippi, nearly had 6 big ones for Denver. It's 3rd and 7.
4 wide receivers.
Blitz. And Marino reads it, gets it off to Joe Rose, and a first down at the 37-yard line.
And if there is one thing that separates Marino from so many other quarterbacks in the league, it's that ability right there to read and get the ball off so quickly.
10-yard pass for Marino and a first down, 1:24 left in the half. Elway. Elway, highly heralded out of Stanford, the number 1 draft pick. Marino, he was the 6th quarterback taken, although a first-round pick. Look what's happened. 84 9 yards per pass. Elway 6.84.
And the numbers are reversed in 85. Marino's have dropped over 2 yards, and Elway's have gone up significantly. Marino not able to get the ball as deep without Duper in the lineup, and Elway getting more confident in the deep game all the time.
First down, 14-13 Miami trails. Down the middle to Rose, and Mike Harden blindly reaching out, and the ball was there, and he was the right man in the right spot for the Broncos. Harden from the University of Michigan, where he is continuing his studies in the off year. He's 2.5 years from a law degree.
Joe Rose with a couple of big drops in that game last week. He said took a little ribbing and a little booing from that crowd down in Miami. That's a tough catch. He'd spun around. He was on the ground. There was a hand in front of him. That ball was low, but that's still the kind of ball that great receivers catch.
2nd and 10. This crowd in Denver trying to make it tough on Marino. Down the middle to Clayton, his first catch. And he is tough in the open field all the way to the 34-yard line. First down Miami. Mark Clayton, who had a record 18 touchdown catches last year. That's his first of this afternoon.
They're quickly to the line of scrimmage. Marino is calling an audible.
53 seconds left. Low snap. And he had to dump that one off. Nathan thought he was held, and now a late flag comes in, as Ken Woodard, 52, apparently had some of Nathan's jersey.
They're going to call Mecklenburg perhaps for a late hit on the quarterback. It looked like he had a chance to avoid him.
52
no, it is not 52. You were right.
Well, it could have been called the other way, too. That was borderline. They ignored Mecklenburg's late hit, but Nathan appealing, and no one saw it except the official far downfield, and Woodard is ticketed for 5
yards and a first down.
Of course, that brings with it a first down and also stops the clock. Mecklenburg blitzing. Now, they're using him in a lot of different positions. They use him at all 4 linebacker positions, moving across the field. They'll put him down anywhere along the line. He came very hard. Nobody touched him. That's why Marino had to unload the football so quickly.
From the 29. Dennis Smith making the tackle of Nat Moore after a 5-yard gain.
Marino calls timeout very quickly to try and save what's left on the clock.
That'll leave Miami with 1 timeout. 41 seconds showing. Officially 41. 14-13 Denver leads. Marino, we were asking him yesterday, I said, is it really true that the first word you said was ball? He said, well, that's what my dad says. And his dad had a great influence on him. He was the one who taught him not to take his hand back too far when he threw the ball. He wanted to help develop strong wrists early in life so he could throw the football. He did a good job.
He certainly has. If you look at this little picture right now, you see something interesting. It's Strzok who's doing the talking, not Shula, over there in that three-way conversation with Marino. Don Strzok, a very intelligent quarterback, and he's giving Marino some of the input. I'm sure it's been shared with Shula, and you saw the nod from Don Shula. But there's tremendous value to having a very bright quarterback on the sideline, especially one like the Stroke, and that's his nickname. And you saw him talking right there to Marino, giving him some advice and probably calling a play for him. Maybe
the best relief man in the NFL, not only because of his talent, but his attitude and experience and how he really works in the system. He doesn't sit on the sideline and pout because he's not playing. 2nd and 5. Going for Joe Rose. Touchdown, Miami. Rose, the tight end, beats Harden. And Miami takes the lead again. For Rose, his first touchdown of the year. Vindication for Joe Rose, and you see Marino coming after him to congratulate him. Big Doug Betters. Mike Harden, 31, trying to cover man-to-man. Rose does not have brilliant speed, but boy, does he know how to run a pattern. And look where this football is thrown. And when you throw a ball that well, even tight coverage is just not going to get the job done. 24 yards on the play. Reves to try the extra point. Ooh, low, but it skids through, and Miami leads by 6 at 20-14. Joe Rose grabs a breather here in Mile High Country with 35 seconds remaining before the gun. Seaver and Kozlowski. No on the field, but confetti. 3:51 remaining third quarter. Denver 23, Miami 20. And Moore, the veteran, goes to the left. He has 4 catches for 98 yards to lead the Dolphins. Vince Heflin to the right. Dan Marino, first down at his own 24-yard line. Actually, the 25. Play action to Nathan. The throw goes out to Moore. And Harden secures him at the 36-yard line. That'll be close to a first down. I believe he's got it. And what a tremendous advantage it is for Don Shula to have veterans like Nat Moore on his squad. And Nat Moore played sparingly when Duper and Clayton were ripping everyone up last year. Now suddenly with injuries, he is the main man again and responding beautifully here today. Don Shula has a good reserve. Bank of Shula has an excellent reserve. Knows how to use his talent too, Dick. Woody Bennett moves up onto the tight end position, leaving Nathan in the backfield, first down. The quick pitch to Moore, or that's Heflin trying to slice through the secondary. That was a tough throw for Marino. Heflin thought he should have had it. Let's go to NFL 85 and Bob Costas.
Okay, Dick, with Dan Fouts sidelined by a knee injury, the Browns now lead the Chargers 21-7 in the fourth quarter. This TD covers 10 yards. Danielson to Kevin Mack. Second touchdown of the day for Mack. The Browns in front by 2 TDs. Dick?
Good news for Cleveland, bad news for the Chargers. They're not the same team without Fouts. He is the one key ingredient. 2nd and 10. Marino in Miami at the 36. Over the middle to Hardy, the tight end, dropped at the 45, a yard short of the first down. Woodard and Smith collaborating. It'll be 3rd and 1. Bruce Hardy, a durable performer in his 8th year, really only has missed 1 game in all that time, and for the kind of hammering that he has taken, and he is one that mixes it up pretty good, does a lot of blocking in there, a lot of moving around. Pretty good record. Over the 300-yard mark, and where he still had 3 minutes left in the third quarter. 14 times in just 2 years plus for Marino over that 300-yard mark, a measuring stick for a big passing day. 3rd and 1. Play action to Nathan. Wide open. Harden knocks him out of bounds at the Denver 47, but Miami has another first down. Boy, that Nathan, through the years, it seems as if he is always open. The way they use the wide receivers to clear out, and he always finds the right little slot. And again, a first down. Cleveland now leading San Diego, as you heard Bob Costas, 21-7 in the fourth. The other late games, the Jets 25-17 over Indianapolis. Rams with a 17-6 lead over the Falcons. And the 49ers have regained the lead against the Saints at home. Lorenzo Hampton, #1 pick out of Florida, and he slashes for 5. 6 feet tall and 212 pounds. The ex-Gator is around 100 yards rushing in his first 3.5 games. Baseball, the finals today. The Mets beat Pittsburgh 9-7, while the Cardinals were losing at Montreal. So the Mets pull within 3 and go to St. Louis for 3. Cincinnati, a shutout winner, 5-0. The Dodgers are playing the Giants and lead 3-2 in the 7th. American League a bit later. 2nd and 5. Hampton again. He couldn't get around Roy Foster. Foster is pulling guard, had been forced deep into the backfield by the Denver rush, and Hampton suffers a loss.
Chance to watch this motion man coming across from the far side of your field on the left-hand side. Now watch the motion man come along. He'll tap the quarterback and go on by. Foster is going to pull from this position, and as he goes across, gets bumped back, and we'll show it after the play. We're getting a quick count by Marino, who's up and ready to go. We'll come back and show you that play in just a moment.
3rd and 9. Marino, complete to Heflin. He breaks free at the 30. He's at the 20. Vince Heflin will score his first NFL touchdown, and Miami leads.
I think we'd rather show you the touchdown than that last play. Let's give Vince Heflin a chance to celebrate. Heflin pressed into action here most forcibly because of the injuries that continue to deplete the wide receivers of the Miami Dolphins. But there he is, number 88 Heflin, working solo on Louis Wright, number 20. Fakes to the outside and gets Louis to bite right there, and then spins away, actually from 2 people. Boy, that was Steve Foley, who's a deadly one-on-one tackler. He got away from 2 of them and broke into the end zone.
46-yard touchdown play, and now the extra point by Reveiz, and that gives the Dolphins a 4-point lead, 27-23. Marino's 3rd touchdown pass goes to Heflin. Marino drives his team 75 yards in 7 plays and caps it with a 46-yard pass to Vince Heflin, who does some fancy running as he spins back inside to collect his first NFL touchdown. And it's the Dolphins by 4, 27-23. Reveiz, he uses only a 4-yard run-up.
Norman has been inconsistent as a kicker, and that one did not. I think he's only had 1 turnover all day, Dick, but still strong enough to get fairly good distance, even though they aren't turning over.
I understand we have a major update. And there it is. New Orleans takes the 3-point lead at San Francisco in the 4th quarter. Here, Miami with a ball and a 4-point lead, 27-23. Marino over the middle to Nathan. Who else? Smothered by Busick, and then to finish him off, number 50, Jim Ryan.
Dwight Stevenson doing a fine job of controlling the nose man, Reuben Carter, number 68, down inside. Actually, all 3 of those defensive linemen really neutralized, as Marino had plenty of time to pick out his receiver.
What makes him so good, Merlin?
I think it's his quickness, Dick, and his strength. He gets such remarkable position on those defensive linemen.
2nd and 6. Nathan. Ooh. They had his number that time. Ricky Hunley, number 98. Number 1 pick of the Bengals, and refused to sign with Cincinnati, so they traded him here for a number 1 and a number 3. 6'2" and 238, can run like the wind.
And he did right there what he does best, just play the football with his nose. When he finally gets to where he can play the pass drops and the pass responsibilities, you better believe they're going to rush him into that lineup. He knows how to hit people.
3rd and 7. scrimmage. Marino going deep for Harris, and flags are down against Steve Wilson. Interference inside the 20. There's the man coverage, and Marino waiting to the last moment and took quite a lick from Rulon Jones.
Interference, 45 defense, first down.
Stan Jones talked about the difficulty of getting to Marino. He said most of his passes are thrown relatively quickly. You see there the clear case of, well, a receiver being knocked off his feet before the ball arrived.
You can look back at the quarterback. That doesn't mean you can grab the guy and throw him down at the same time.
Take him off his feet that way. No question about that call. A good one by the officials, and it puts Miami inside the 20-yard line with a first down.
At the 19, trying to add to their 27-23 lead, and the Broncos, of course, hope to hold them to a field goal. Nathan, everyone but 3 had a piece of Nathan that time.
Dick, to finish that thought, Stan Jones, who's the defensive line coach for the Broncos, times the passes of the various quarterbacks, and he said most of the passes that Marino throws are thrown within 2.8 seconds or less. And he said, you know, if we run without anybody blocking us, that 10 yards to get back to the quarterback, that's about 1.7 seconds. He said that means we've got 1 second to get rid of our blockers at the line of scrimmage. Well, good luck. That's 1,001. You mean you're not off the block yet?
Lightning quick, and basically they say hold your man to 3. Sometimes indeed hold your man for at least 3 seconds in protecting that quarterback. Lightning quick, and there it is again, but he had to throw it around. Good coverage by Wilson, intended for Duriel Harris. Wilson, whose daddy played with the Rams a few decades ago, TD Tommy Wilson. He went to Howard, where he was a free agent pick of the Dallas Cowboys.
This is where the Bronco defense traditionally has been very tough. They were 25th in the league last year if you counted on yardage. And yet, by the time you got through looking at them in terms of points scored, they're nowhere near 25th.
210-plus yards for Marino, plus 3 touchdowns over Elway. We welcome those viewers that are joining us from elsewhere in the NFL. Throw over the middle, and a good play by Dennis Smith of the Broncos. And now flags go down, and apparently it will be against the Broncos. This would be their second interference call on this Miami drive. The Dolphins lead 27-23 here in Denver with 9 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Cleveland has beaten San Diego 21-7. And on 3rd down, the call against the Broncos.
Dennis Smith coming from behind, perhaps with that hand in the middle of the back of the receiver. Let's watch Nat Moore right there, and you see Nathan coming to the outside. Moore is going inside, and let's watch the contact. There's the hand on the back, and you see Nat Moore pointing to it right there. You can't push that receiver from behind.
And the fans, and that's down into the well of the 75,000-seat structure for Marino. He's going to hear a lot of voices with 9 minutes remaining in the game. I don't know if this is a timeout by Marino or an official's timeout because of the noise. The ball is at the 13-yard line.
Steve Busick heading to the sideline to get a call, and you saw Marino going over, getting a call, and taking it again from Don Strock. Strock signaling again from the sideline. Here it is. Well, I don't know what that was. It looked like a draw call to me.
Let's see if that's how you'd read it. Woody Bennett and Tony Nathan behind Marino. He has thrown for 3 touchdown passes today.
He's trying to call it audible. Awfully noisy.
Incomplete to Bruce Hardy. Mike Harden, the defender. Game developed this way. Gene Lang scored after a Rulon Jones fumble recovery of Davenport's fumble at the 25-yard line. Lang 10 yards, 7-0 Denver. Then Marino to Moore, a 69-yard touchdown play, 7-7. A field goal for the Dolphins. Then Winder came back on a 7-yard run to make it 14-10. Then a field goal again by Reves of the Dolphins, 14-13. Then a Marino to Joe Rose, 24-yard touchdown pass made it 20-14. And then Rich Carlos kicked a field 27-23 in the noise of Denver's Mile High Stadium. Time called to try to quiet the crowd with 8:57 remaining in the game. And maybe this is just an official's timeout.
I think Marino actually called the timeout, Dick, and I think he'll have to take it. But there's no question he could not get his signals called over there. And unfortunately, when you do that and you let this crowd know they can be involved in this game, just watch what happens the next time you come out. The noise level, because of the way this stadium is built, it's right on top of you.
Now we will take a break with 8:47 left. Marino barks out the signals. 2nd and 10 to Nathan. Trying to squirt through on that quick hitter. It gets to the 10-yard line. Plenty of orange crush there for him. 8:48 left in the game. It'll be 3rd down from the 10-yard line and about 7 for Don Shula, the 55-year-old genius that has guided these Dolphins to winning seasons after winning season. Only one losing year in his career in Miami.
You know what's amazing to me? You know, he's had 6 streaks of 10 or more wins. No other coach has had more than 2. That is amazing.
That lantern jaw, field general. Boy, he'll be cast by a Hollywood director for the part. 3rd and 7, Marino. Incomplete. Good coverage by Harden on Joe Rose. So on 4th down, in comes the field goal unit. Fawad Reveiz, Don Strock, number 10, will hold.
Joe Rose, number 80, working on Harden, Mike Harden, 31. And Marino, I think, sensing that that was a hopeless case, fired that ball through the end zone with plenty of velocity. They come to the sideline and turn it over to the field goal unit.
Unless it's a fake, it'll be Reveiz, the rookie, trying to make it 10 out of 11, and this is first year in the NFL. A 28-yard attempt. Oh, he is true again. Fawad Reveiz from Columbia, 7th-round draft pick from Tennessee. 3 for 3 today. It's a 7-point game.